In this video, I have to talk to you guys about something important that Cleanspark just did on the chart. And we're also going to look at a new pattern for Bitcoin, a pattern that I do think Bitcoin is going to follow. Now, I'm uploading this on Thanksgiving, so I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, spending time with family, eating good, because that's really what matters. And the whole point, at least for me, of investing is that I can have more time with my family, have less time at my 9 to 5. But let me know down below, what's your main goal with investing? Just to get rich and shut everybody out? Live out on a mountain or something? Or are you also investing so that you can spend more time with loved ones and be more present in the lives of those that you love? Anyways, in this video, I did want to talk about Cleanspark and something that just happened here. So let's get it started. And Cleanspark did something very important in my opinion. Cleanspark just broke out of its resistance. It's been trading in this descending channel for a couple months now, ever since the summer actually. And I'm sure there's a lot of you guys that remember when Cleanspark was pushing towards $8. Can you believe that it's been months now since it was there? To me, it feels like just a few days ago, and time has been truly flying throughout 2023. And we are now approaching 2024, which to me is just insane. I feel like we just started 2023. And one thing I gotta say is the older you get, the faster time seems to fly. But let me know if you guys are experiencing the same thing as you get up in those years. But Cleanspark was very, very strong over the last couple of days. And I think this is actually very, very important that we finally broke out of this descending channel. And I do think the market will continue to react with it as long as Bitcoin keeps some positive momentum. If Bitcoin pulls back very hard, very violently and dramatically, then yes, Cleanspark will probably get back stuck into this channel, or at least maybe break its infamous 420 level. I do think this is very important for Cleanspark. I do think we are moving up from here personally. We do have some room on the RSI to run here. We may find some resistance at about 5 or 530. Those are the levels that I'm watching for. Maybe we get a little sideways action right around that point. But things are looking good for Cleanspark. They're reporting their Q3 earnings in about a month from now. And one thing you got to realize is when they report this Q3 earnings, we are almost at the end of Q4 already. They're reporting their third quarter on Wednesday, the 20th of December. Basically the end of the fourth quarter, they're going to be giving us the Q3 results, the third quarter's results. So you can see how much of a delay there is there. But one thing that's interesting to consider is the execs will be able to give us a very good forward guidance because they'll already know where Bitcoin was trading at throughout October, November, and basically all of December. So I do believe they're going to give us some very accurate Q4 guidance. And I certainly do expect also that they're going to give forward guidance much higher than the 53 million expected for the third quarter. Now I want to tell you guys that when Cleanspark gave their last earnings, basically, this was in August and Bitcoin was trading right around $25,000, only to start moving up dramatically in October, which is the beginning of the fourth quarter. So like I've said before, Q3 I don't expect to be all that amazing, but Q4 I think is where Cleanspark will really shine. And Q4 contains October, November, and December. Just look at Bitcoin's price action throughout that quarter. We went from around 27,000 in the beginning of October, now we're sitting at 37,000. It just blows your mind how quickly Bitcoin has moved over only a few months. Now when they give Q3 results, they're going to give forward guidance for Q4 and they're going to have a very accurate number because we've already seen Bitcoin's price play out throughout that quarter. And I do suspect there's a possibility that they're going to also mention profitability being possible in Q4. However, that doesn't mean we're out of the woods. Of course, we do have the halving, and that will affect miners in a negative way in that they're going to receive half of their rewards. But you also have to realize what comes along with the halving. Huge Bitcoin price increases. So it really doesn't matter if these miners make half the rewards if Bitcoin's already pushing all-time highs at $70,000. Now whether it's going to get to $70,000 by halving is a whole nother debate, but I do think these miners are going to be all right through the halving. There may be a little bit of fear leading up to the halving for the miners because you know how the news articles are going to be. They're going to say how all the miners are going to receive half as much rewards. And while it's not a positive, we know what comes after the halving. We know Bitcoin's price will appreciate dramatically, and the halving for Bitcoin will end up being a positive in the end for these miners because of the huge amount of price increase when the bull cycle really gets rolling along. Now I did want to show you something real quick on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's really strong, still trading around 37,000, and while it trades basically sideways like this, it gives the RSI a chance to reset, which is very important. Gives us a chance to get a good next leg up. But what I'm noticing right here is a kind of a tightening pattern. Keep an eye out on this wedge. We may get a little more tightening here until we either break to the downside or break to the upside. I do believe this pattern will give us the next move once we break out of it. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving. Let me know how you feel about Cleanspark's recent price action. Do you think this breakout of this descending resistance will push us higher? And today for Bitcoin will probably be very low volume, not a lot going on. It's probably going to trade sideways even more. But after Thanksgiving, where do you think Bitcoin's heading to? I do think it's going to close out the full year a little higher than here. I think it's very possible we're somewhere in the low 40s by then, but we'll have to see what time brings us. And thanks again for watching, guys. Let me know what you're eating today for Thanksgiving. Let me know how you're feeling lately about Cleanspark and Bitcoin, and give me any stock recommendations down below. I'll take a look at them. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.